We have an update.
Oh, there's an update?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
We got an update.
Okay.
Update. Hi there. You might remember this post I made the other week about my neighbor being cuckooed. The short answer is she was, though probably not for the reasons any of us expected. Okay, so what happened after the post? The next day, I contacted the council's MASH team, as advised, and they were extremely helpful. They were immediately concerned and said that they would be sending someone to check on her. They also asked if I could keep a diary of any events, as they would like to speak to me when they do arrive. And I said I'll make a log of whatever happens. So the week goes by and more weird stuff happens. It was all quiet. And then on Halloween, a group of older gentlemen come to the property and then some women, who I assumed were strippers. They show up before leaving a few minutes later, screaming at the man who's in the flat. And he kept threatening to report them and was waving around this insect spray. Anytime any trick-or-treaters came by, they'd get the same response. It was really fucking weird. On Friday night, I see my neighbor getting bundled into a mini cab and then returned early hours of Sunday in a different mini cab with the old bloke screaming at the driver before he rushes her inside. Again, all very weird. Anyways, yesterday, 2 social workers arrive and talk to me. I show them everything I've written, and they agree this looks very much like cuckooing, but they aren't sure why this old bloke is doing it or what he's doing with the property. Now, I wasn't there for the initial confrontation, but I know they went down to speak to him, and he immediately went on the usual spiel. I'm going to report you to the neighbor's watch, get off my property, etc. When they weren't going, he sprayed them in the eyes with something and slammed the door shut.
What? What is going on?
Police and ambulance were rang, and I helped them wash their eyes out. From what I could hear when the police arrived, he tried the same bullshit with them. The spraying, not the neighborhood watch. But sounded like they tackled him, and he got hauled away in cuffs. Police found my neighbor in the property, padlocked in the box room before she was taken to the hospital.
Jesus.
We did get into the property later, and for the most part, it was how it had been left, but every door, I mean, every door had a padlock on it. I did speak to my neighbor in the hospital. Her kids are coming down, and she explained to me that she met this man at her bridge club, where he claimed he was in the parachute regiment, but was now down on his luck, and asked if he could stay with her for a night or 2. Unfortunately, she had agreed. Apparently, the first evening was fine, but the next day, the moment she goes into the toilet, he attaches a padlock to it and locks her in.
Oh my God. What a psycho.
That's when the abuse started. During the time he was living there, he apparently tried to take control of the flat and her bank accounts with the goal of chucking her out. And he would get angry and scream at her when she didn't give in to him, but she refused to respond to him. She didn't really want to say much, but said he told people she was his cleaner, and the cars in the middle of the night were taxis taking her to hotels all across the region to try and get rid of her.
What?
I am not okay. I had to leave after that, but she said one day he had one of his little parties and the flat was fine from the fact someone had smeared shit on their wall.
Jesus Christ. Jesus.
As for the bloke, no idea what happened, and we've had all the locks changed, though we have suspicions he'll attempt to return one night. I did hear someone try to handle to the front door. I assume they mean a crowbar.
Mm-hmm.
My neighbor's going to go stay with my sister when she's discharged, and some of my bigger mates from Warhammer have offered to stay downstairs just in case, but we'll see. Thank you all for the assistance. You all were amazing. I showed her all the comments, and she was blown away by the support. So a huge thank you from both of us.
Aw. At least that was a happy ending, and because, look, real talk, I'm surprised he didn't murder her. Like, the fact that he kept her around for so long.
I think he would have if she would have given him banking info and all of that stuff.
Totally.
I 100% think this would have turned into true crime.
Mm-hmm.